Alright, I'm going to try to get in a daily video. I'm drawn to my DruidCraft deck today. It's been sitting there and I've been kind of drawn to it for several days now. I haven't made videos or anything, but um, love this deck. I used to use it quite frequently, so I'm going to get back in it here and see what I can get with the daily. Kind of cold today. It's chilly, chilly, chilly. Of course, I can't complain. I'm in the south. It's better than being up where around Buffalo and below and other areas right now. So it's just damp cold today. Anyway, let me get this going. I gotta get used to shuffling this deck again. As you can tell, anybody seen this deck? I've chopped the borders off of this deck. I love the deck, but I thought it was too big and it was hard to work with, so I had chopped the borders off here a few years ago. Cannot get this thing to work right. So I'm used to a smaller deck now, and I did have the Ace of Swords jump out on me while I was shuffling. So a lot of times the Ace of Swords, I get a conflict. It's strength and adversity. It's a situation to where you may have sharp words or something in that manner, or where you're attacked, but your own intelligence, knowledge, and just pure mental strength shows where you actually come out ahead. So try to get these shuffled. I'm used to shuffle my other deck. It's been a long time since I've used this one. Okay. Whew. I get chills down my legs when it's time to stop. So, Eight of Swords, reversed. Good deal. Ooh, the Tower in the center. Not a good deal. Something shaking everything up. And the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. So, it's actually pretty good. The Tower, it depends on the situation, really, because it depends on if each card's going to run separately. Sometimes they blend together, they work together. And it also, when it comes to a daily reading, I find that this deals with you and things and people around you. So anyway, first one I have is Eight of Swords here, and what really kind of popped at me, is reversed. I got it reversed. Was the traditional meaning, book meaning, which would be, when it comes up reversed for me, a situation where you felt trapped, felt mentally trapped in, as if you couldn't go anywhere. That's kind of reversed. You're no longer there. There's a sense of freedom and feeling. And what stands out with me by sitting here looking at this card is there's, in her dress here, I don't know if you can see it, but there's some red, for coloring, like tint. If you can see it, yeah, I think you can see it there. That seems to stand out, so that shows me something that deals very aggressively. And with that Ace of Swords, it jumps out. Maybe the freedom has something to do with a situation where you had to be very aggressive, and especially with the blindfold, take off the blinders. Open your eyes, open your mouth, instead of being afraid to communicate. The grass seems to stand out too, and it has a warm feel to it. So, even though usually I get more fall time with this card, these with the swords here, it seems to have a springtime feel to me. So that's a good thing. Now I have the Tower here in the center, and wow, the Tower. Break things down, shake things up. That's what goes on with the Tower there. And this is basically breaking down a belief or a belief system. A lot of times I find if the entire structure of your life is torn down and destroyed, basically after you get through this very traumatic explosion that goes on. One thing I get with this is also the lightning bolt stands out here, so I get a quick wakening up, a quick insight. You know, things the thing that kind of jars you and wakes you up. But when this does happen, it does, after all the dust settles, it leaves you with a brand new foundation to start working on and start building. And the reason I say today the tower actually looks pretty good is because it's sitting between the Eight of Swords here, reversed. So there's a waking up right there, and the Wheel of Fortune over here, which is a very, very positive. Things are about to start moving and going forward in a more positive direction for you. Um, but the foundation that I'm talking about, rebuilding everything, is that I keep seeing the rock on this specific card right here. Um, Seems to stand out. You know, something very, very solid. And there's a stream here because this the way this is set up. This card, as you'll see behind the tower there's a stream that flows down into the bigger body of water there, and the stream is standing out, and it makes me feel as though even though this destruction, everything's about to take place, the color of it and the color of the clouds and everything behind it, it's more of a brighter color, as if it's bringing good things in. But this part here, whatever belief systems or whatever that's going on, it has to be destroyed. So as this other, and this is going to be water, so this deals with emotion. So this emotional, basically, freedom can be let loose here. And what's sitting beside it is I have the Wheel of Fortune, very positive card. You know, fate, good things going your way, positive things going on for you. She is holding a wheel, a chain there, and I get that kind of as if, to me personally, like a pendulum. I do have pendulums. I grab them right here, as a matter of fact, that I really don't use that often. But these are my pendulums. Actually, I got a whole big bunch of them in there, but those are the two that I picked out for myself to use. Either way, I get that, and what I get with that would be, maybe whatever choices or decisions been made over here with this card has an effect on things going in your direction. And the way she's drawn a circle around here, the pendulum, to me, feels as though it's moving in a positive direction. And again, there's water that's back here in the background, and that kind of jumped out at me. The water jumped out at me here. So both of that tells me, even though this is this is fire, because as a Sagittarius connection I get with this card, and you have the Tower and the Swords. There's not a lot of say cups, emotional cards and stuff that are in here, but the thing is, because this would be more air, both of these are air, a lot of this has a big something to do with a lot of emotion, because the water is standing out, and water with me is obviously emotion, and also with tarot. But in the background there's it looks like the ocean or whatever. It's a very clear blue, a nice color. There's some clouds and stuff, but this is if whatever clouds have been going on seem to be clearing up, because it's the way the light hits the clouds. You can see that there's sun or light that's starting to come in, and the water is very, very clear and blue. Now she does have an armband on here, kind of standing out a little bit. I don't know if it's just due to the where it's the placement on the card. One thing that did stand out is she has a braid going through her hair here, and that kind of jumped at me when I first seen the card. The pendulum and the braid stood out, and the braid I get a lot like a rope, and maybe this would be tying on to things, and there's a little blue ball that's on the end of it there, or maybe something that's hanging on. with that. But either way, the Wheel of Fortune, very positive card, very positive energy. Things are coming up right. You know, you're moving towards the upside if things have been down and so forth, or maybe there's going to be one final blow with this tower here. Things are going to be moving in an upward direction. Now that's looking at these more kind of combined together. Again, a daily reading I can often get, this could be for one person, this could be for some person, this could be for some person, or the entire reading can be for myself or somebody else within the home. Um, so you never know exactly how all of this is going to play out, and for some reason the point on this tower is now jumping out at me very, very strongly. And again, I think with the way it's set up, it's a point. It's things are something that's going up. The way it feels, like the blast beside it is something that's blasting, is launching up. So whatever that goes on here is obviously going to move something in a more positive direction. Um, with the tower sitting there, this is something that shakes your entire world. And the Wheel of Fortune, hey, it may be a good day to actually play a lottery ticket, because the fact that that would be a sudden tear your life down and rebuild it in a very positive way. And this deals with things taking chances and so forth, because luck seems to be on your side for the day with the Wheel of Fortune. So I'm going to head and cut that off before this gets too long. But that is my daily reading for the day. And for any of those who do watch it, I appreciate it. And I will be back whenever I can. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. Never know with me. Depends on our schedule and how things are going on around here, and if children are cooperating. So, thank you for watching.